99.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning to you. Lagos, welcome to the second part of Dailies today for today and the last for the week. I'm Sheriff Quadry.
And I'm Jimi Disu. Good morning.
We're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch on Facebook. Ditto YouTube as well. You can drop your comment, share the live, like it as well. Let's push it to as far as we can push it. Okay, let's start with the Vanguard newspaper, page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper. And this story reads, Nasarawa, Kogi, Benue in grip of terror. Residents review routes, transit camps. Okay.
This is just like an update on what is going on, especially for those who believe that all is well. All is not well. It says that Nasarawa, Kogi, Benue in grip of terror. And the story talks about how border communities and forest corridors fuel attacks. It talks about Nasarawa border communities, major transit point for terrorists heading to Benue. Okay, from Nasarawa to Benue. It says relevant authorities cannot claim ignorance. And also it accuses the monarchs. When I saw accusing the monarchs, my mind went back to the slave trade. It was some of the monarchs in those days that bound a lot of our people to the Philistines, and they got taken to Jamaica, to America, to UK, and other countries. These are monarchs that did us in. So I'm not saying now. Even now, I don't trust some of our monarchs and the things that they do. Some of them are involved in illegal mining. Very few of them show the real love and whatever and concern for their people. It's now become a prestigious avenue to rake in money, drive the latest Rolls Royce, do all kinds of things. We know these things. We can't pretend not to know them. So the monarchs are being accused here of conniving with criminals. Oh no. That is the Obas, in case you don't know the meaning of monarch. That means the kings, the high chiefs, the whatever, are conniving with the criminals. Nigeria is on a big slide downwards and misleading security agents. Sheriff. The monarchs are accused, some of these monarchs are accused of conniving with the criminals and misleading security agents. Look at this figure I want to read, Sheriff. 14,318 survivors flood IDP camps. That is a lot of people. 14,318 flood IDP camps. Kogi Forest, a sanctuary for armed robbers. And somebody's head says, we see them with their very eyes. According to Bogmo, local farmers and villagers frequently cite the government moving in groups. There's nothing they can do. It's sad. The president of the United Farmers Association told Vanguard that communities in Obikiana and Doma local councils have for years served as transit points and camps for armed groups heading for Benue. I'm imagining if we had real constitutional governments in place at that time, at the time of the slave trade. That's how you see the slave traders along the corridors, picking our people, with the connivance of our monarchs. So, and they make, let me read the story. They say, in a more explosive claim, the local chiefs accused some local chiefs have been accused in boundary communities of complicity. The issue started from land grabbing. Some Alagotis were accused of harboring these people. They sold land to them. The land belongs to thieves and some Egon farmers. The people, it's happening in Lagos. It's happening in Ogun. Monarchs being involved in illegal sales and whatever of land. It's happening. Can't pretend that it doesn't happen. It's not happening. The people did just not come here. They acquired life from the chiefs. After letting down, they brought militias to protect the land. That is how criminal elements came in. And we have the story of a personal tragedy. One Mr. Samson Aka of Umaraye village in Kiana local government encountered a personal tragedy. Listen to his tragedy. It says, a community was asked to return home from the IDP camp on January 26th. They packed their loads and went back. On getting home, they went to the river to fish. My wife was the first person attacked by suspected herdsmen. 4 persons were killed, 1 is still missing. We thought peace had returned. We didn't know Jinja was still there. This story also talks about Kogi Forest as a strategic haven for this dastardly act. My God.
My question will be that why do we have this story in the papers and not with the DSS or the military intelligence or the defense intelligence? Why are they talking to the papers? Why aren't the intelligence community? Why haven't they picked this up?
Okay, so this is my take. That is my thinking. Okay, so people need to be careful. I'm not giving you any information that I think I know, but my thinking. One is that the DSS and even all the security agencies on the one hand, they have been overstretched. 2, there is no confidence between the various groups, between the people and the DSS. If you have your monarch being involved with these criminals, who are you to say you want to go and give information?
Yeah, but they could talk to the papers.
Well,
and the intelligence community will not go there as DSS. They will not go there as defense information. This thing.
Don't forget that most likely the people they're talking to in the papers are people they've known over the years. And how many people are talking to the papers anyway?
It just means that we don't have any intelligence structure. We don't have, because if the papers can have these sources for many years,
yes,
then there is no reason why our intelligence community shouldn't have these people for 40, 50 years.
Well, maybe one can then conclude that the media is the last basis of trust for the citizens of this country. I would never go and report to the police in this country and feel safe. You think I'll be an informant? I would never be. Look at the things. Look at what happens even within the military and so on and so forth. Why would you want to be?
So this is what I'm saying.
The level of trust,
and I want to believe that they understand. Where I'm going is that they don't have to be speaking to these people. The intelligence community can plant their own people that will blend. In fact, they can employ communities that they know that are prone to these things. They can employ people there that are you will not even see them coming. That's how countries do it. The question is, sorry, because this is quite disappointing.
Yes.
How are the Mossad people able to get information about Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, and others? And do we think that they are clairvoyant? They can just see the future?
No, the level of
if we're tackling such a risk on a daily basis that are killing our people, I think we should have done a lot more 20, 30 years ago in embedding our people in the middle of these people.
I agree with you 100%. But you see, the whole structure has broken down. And that is what I'm saying in general terms about governance. Let me ask you, if you are in any of the finance ministries and you are from another state, do you think you will be that committed to your job with the kind of personnel that the president has put at the top, all of them being his kinsmen? It goes down the line everywhere. In fact, I won't be surprised in public service now that an average participant civil servant who is not of Yoruba origin will just be doing the little he can do unless there's something extra in it for him. That is what we've been trying to explain to these people. I saw show me from Ogun State
Yes.
It was putting up an argument that we have agreed on north, south, and whatever, and so therefore he's trying to make an excuse, maybe, that for support he wants to give to the president. But what I've told my Yoruba people is that you had Obasanjo for 8 years, you had Osinbajo for 8 years, you've had about 5 Yoruba speakers. Are you the only ones in Nigeria? If it's going to come to the south, why don't you think you should support an Igbo man? These are the things now. You can't run away from it. This is not an emotional outburst. It's simple logic. Everybody now goes into his own cocoon and conclave. And it will transcend even to the military. That's why you find everything is like stopgap. You understand what I'm saying? So there is no loyalty. The real incentive to work is no longer existing in our public service. And we've tried to call on the president to, within what he can do, to try and put some balance in. It starts from little things like that. That's my view.
Okay. Let's move on to our next story. Okay, we should go with this. Right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Let's do this one. It's on the business page of the Vanguard newspaper today. Power crisis worsens as generation drops 11% to 2,898 megawatts for a country of over. Okay, so that part is not there.
Okay, let me read what Sheriff. It was so
2,898 megawatts.
Let me read the story calmly. Cool down. The crisis in Nigeria's power sector worsened yesterday with further decline recorded in power generation. Data obtained from the Nigerian Independent System Operator (NISO) showed that generation stood at 2,898 megawatts yesterday, a shortfall of 11% from 3.2 whatever it is megawatts recorded on Monday. The sharp drop forced the discos to embark on further load shedding. Further load shedding because of their various business across the various business districts nationwide. Acknowledging the development with excuses, the NISO issued a notice to stakeholders and the general public, blaming the development, this time it's not for a snake or anything, on the decline in power generation to the national grid arising from persistent gas supply constraints affecting several thermal power plants and so on and so forth. As at 5 a.m. On Thursday, total generation on the national grid stood at 3,940, which was already below the expected capacity due to existing gas supply limitations impacting the number of generation stations. Is a shipwreck. What haven't we done? And our federal government, typical, and I've always said it, I believe that the president has a selfish attitude sometimes. They put the optics is not good. You took the Aso Rock of the national grid and use our taxpayers' money to install solar, which is okay ordinarily. But why did you have to even go through taking it off the national grid? With the symbolism of that. Our politicians are very dangerous people. Don't let me go on the same trajectory I went yesterday. But bottom line is you don't have light in this heat. I know how much it cost me just yesterday to go and get inverter air conditioner put in one of the rooms in my house. I won't die early.
You can't die early. It's too early.
It's not early again.
70,
if I die now,
70 is too early now. No.
But bottom line is, so we don't waste your time and whatever, is that there is no light to. So Kofi told me this morning that they were going to march to whatever at their estate. I said, Kofi, don't bother yourself.
What's wrong with their estate? Like
they don't have. I said they don't have like bandeke. It's this one. Let me say it in Yoruba. I know it and so it's this one that we are talking about. I told him. Also, and The president was boasting last year. If he doesn't give us lights, we should not vote for him. Let him come and tell us now when the lights will come.
Maybe he has one magic wand somewhere.
And he has gone off the national grid.
Maybe he's just doing all of these things to say, you see, your light is going to die. It's going to die. Then before the election, boom, everybody will just have lights.
Politicians will have the things that are going through the media that this government has done. Half of them are lies or half truths. It's their stock in trade. I know I've told you I don't do all this analysis with figures because I don't believe government figures. Because you will hear 5 million people have been taken out of the poverty level. They were given show me the 5 people. Show me. Look at now, Stella Odua now has finally agreed to refund a lot of money. In her case, she's going for plea bargain. I think the story is here. You see it. You see what happens to your money across the board. Second base, Jerry.
Let's go to our next story, page 8. Here we go. First lady to Lagos. First lady to governors' wives. Empower grassroots. What's this story about?
Okay, I know what it is. The first lady has told the governors' wives to empower the grassroots. And I am now telling with a lot of respect that the first lady should tell the governors' wives to tell their husbands to do their jobs and stop putting their hands in the cookie jar. They have turned this country into a citizen of beggars. People don't need empowerment. They need that the government use the resources, the taxes of the people, and the money they take from the people to put to proper use. Because the racket that you have now, husband go chop 60%. He will hand 5% to his wife, and then she said she's doing some empowerment that people will be running after and begging for. Error lot and all these nonsense things. A first lady's job really is ceremonial. It's not for all this empowerment and whatever. So I expect her to educate her people to say, get your husbands to do the job, for which they have voted for, and take their hands out of the cookie jar. And that is what Nigerians, for as long as you run after all this empowerment, and one senator bought 50 this and 80 buses, and you think he has done well. No, because if the government had done its job, if the government had put the resources to good use, you won't be that beggar who is running with dignity. You would have something to show for your life. So people, the way we are going now, they will beg all their lives. From one empowerment program to the other. Empowerment. Have you ever heard of empowerment in the UK? No, the system doesn't allow you to have the kind of access. So every penny, they say that every penny is spent. If your schools are run properly, you can go to hospital, whatever. You can, a lot of things are well taken care of. You have a regular light and so on and so forth. Why do you have to go and line up to be following one first lady to beg for, what do they call it again? Empowerment. And that if this word is in the dictionary, you probably only find it in the Nigerian dictionary. So we have to turn this country around. In all honesty, we have to turn. It's a tough task. But I think it was Senator, what's his name now? A senator from the north who said, we don't take, the money we take is not comparable to the ones in the executive, but we take it for you. Because when we steal the money, we have to give you part of it. I do in a brazen manner. I have Ndume. I think it was Ndume. I saw the video somewhere. For how long are we going to be doing this? Election is around the corner now. You'll be running after empowerment. You've been impoverished for 4 years. The things that are due to you, you haven't had anything anywhere near it for 4 years. Now elections are coming. By June, July, you start running kurukere, looking for empowerment and all. That's not a way to live. So that's my reaction to this story, man. With due respect, a first lady is just should be ceremonial, dinners and things like that. That's all. not to form a women's wing of dishing out money free of charge to people and turn them into beggars.
Now let's go to Stella Odua's story. It's in the Vanguard as well as the Trust, page 6 of the Vanguard. 2.4 billion naira fraud. Ex-aviation minister Odua opts for plea bargain with FG. That's in the Vanguard. In the Trust, 2.4 billion naira fraud charges. Ex-aviation minister Odua begins refund of alleged looted funds.
You see? Now let's find out where the 2.4 billion came. It is said that Odua served as a minister from 2011 to 2014, and she was arraigned before a federal high court on the five-count charge. She was arraigned alongside her former aide, Gloria Odita. The defendants faced charges of alleged contract fraud, criminal breach of trust, and obtaining money by false pretenses, offenses contrary to whatever it is, all the laws there. The federal government alleged that in 2014, the defendants conspired to obtain a total of 2.4 billion from the Ministry of Aviation through Broadwaters Nigeria Limited and Global Offshore. So remember, I've always said something. Anytime somebody is charged for whatever offense, and whether the person is guilty or not, the money is missing. The money is missing.
No. It's
okay. The money is missing. So it said that she conspired to obtain a total of 2.4 under fraudulent claims. The funds were purportedly for technical supervision and security integrated and logistics support services. Now that is for that. So imagine the various sections. If you want to go by projection, say, okay, if you get this for security, what did you get for this? What did you get for the equipment? What did you get for this and what did you get for that? It says now that she's opted for plea bargaining, and the Daily Trust says that she has started to refund part of the 2.4 billion limited, and so they said that they want to do a plea bargaining. Her defense lawyers confirmed the development but declined to provide further details about the refund. Okay, we don't know what is going to happen when she's found guilty, but I'll ask you something. If you catch somebody a pickpocket at a hotel where they are entering down for, and you have seen when he stole the money, and you not tell him, boy, hello, and let him go. Does that usually happen?
Nope.
That's my case.
But plea bargain is part of the judicial process.
I'm not saying it is not.
Okay.
I'm not criticizing. I just asked a separate question. Personally, and my view is not. It doesn't matter. I'm not a lawyer. Personally, plea bargain is to give you, hopefully, a bit of a lighter sentence for not wasting the time of the courts. And it should be proportionate. But in this case, I can't. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know anything about these things. But our people imagine.
I personally do not subscribe to plea bargain when a public official. No, hold on. Let me just land. When a public officer, a governor, the president, the minister, the commissioner, public officer embezzles people's patrimony. I think that people's commonwealth, I think that the option of plea bargain should not even come into the process at all.
Well, I don't know if it comes in the case of armed robbery.
Armed robbery is a crime. It's a crime. It goes through. We have to be careful how we apply whatever provisions that we have in our laws. Oh yes, of course, it is a crime.
Go and listen to Fela's authority stealing. Authority stealing past armed robbery now. Look at how much we are talking about. How much is armed robbery?
Because the impact of these things they go beyond what we can say with our mouth. But because we can't, there's no way we can track this immediate or remote impact of stealing public funds. We just, countries like China who don't play with these things. Look at where they are.
It's death.
Look at where they are.
Equally, death straight. In North Korea, I want to wonder what it is. I think they probably take you to.
You can't even.
They take you to a pumping to a petrol station and pump you full of air to have it bed down.
What?
Because, Sheriff, just like you said, this is from aviation. Now it is very difficult for you to take public office if you have a name to protect. We don't know what is taken in health. We don't know what is taken in education. We don't know what is taken in health. We don't know what is taken in education. We don't know what is taken in some. We don't know what is even taken in defense. Jimmy, see how many generals we had to. Everybody, almost everybody, is now selling left, right, and center. Okay.
We have to go, Lagos. That's our show, yeah? Coffee will make it.
Learn boss level gameplay on YouTube with MTN YouTube Buffet Bundle. Binge your favorite gameplays till you master every move. Enjoy play along clips with your faves and challenge runs like never before till you become the numero uno of gaming. See more, be more, spend less. Get over 4 hours of YouTube streaming for just 250 Naira or 10 hours for 600.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.